Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video, I will be discussing some new stationery supplies that I recently acquired. And this is part of my new obsession this summer is Japanese stationery. I never really encountered it until just spending a lot of time on YouTube, going online, looking up best supplies, and I have just been totally head over heels in love with all of these different types of products to make your study life easier, to just make it more enjoyable. And I love the back to school season because getting new stuff and like smelling like new pencils and seeing all of like the new different kinds of planners and stuff just really inspires me to really get a head start on the year and enjoy what I'm doing. So I'm going to start off with talking about the Tokyo Campus Smart Ring binders. Now I got the B5 size, the 26 rings, or 26, I guess, holes, if you want to call them that. And I got these primarily for their flexibility. Like, I love how this plastic totally bends and it doesn't take up any space in a backpack. Like, this is how thin it is. You can open it up, you can add more paper, you can take paper out. You can only really carry like what you need, and that is just such a big important thing for me because this year, just with how back to school campus is going to look, is they seem to want everyone to go to class and then go home. So carrying the less stuff that you need is like definitely on my like top priority right now. And so I thought I would pick up a few of these. And so I ended up getting two. And I don't really know what classes I'm going to use these for yet. It's kind of going to depend upon the structure of the class. But what I like about it is I can take out my previous notes and store them and then not have to carry them around and then only have what I need. And one, that helps me focus better. I tend to get distracted by little things, and when I only have what I need in front of me, then I'm more apt to be more productive than I would if I didn't have that. So I decided to try these out, and then I'll insert a little clip of how they work because it's kind of interesting on how they work. And I just kind of wanted to see how Japanese stationery compared to typical things that you'd find in America. So with that, I did end up getting a pack of Tokyo Campus paper. Now this, I believe, is 100 packs, but it's a pack of 3. So I think I have 300 sheets of paper here. And I just ended up getting this kind of size for this amount of paper just because I didn't know how much paper I would go through in the semester, because these are European paper sizes. In the United States, we're used to the 8.5 by 11, while this is not, and it's a little smaller, it's narrower. So I just wanted to make sure I had enough paper on hand in case I'm going to be writing a ton of notes for some of my classes. So I'm all stocked up with this. I just love how it's just all together and I don't have to carry so many different little packs. My next thing from Tokyo Campus was I ended up getting 2 packs of these business semi B5 sized thread bound notebooks, or glue bound, I think. And they have like the little like the dot line, so the little dots on the paper can help you make triangles for a geometry class, can help you make charts, just have everything be straight. And I was also interested in this item because it is very thin, and that really appeals to me because I feel like when I get composition notebooks here in the States that I use half of the notebook and then I have random sheets of paper in there that I never use, and I feel like I just end up wasting a lot. And so my goal for this semester is to at least use most of this paper, if not all of it, because I just hate having to like waste paper and then you don't really know what to do with a notebook. You're like, I should reuse this, but I don't want to have previous work from other classes in there because like it gets all jumbled. I don't know. So I decided to get some of these, and they seem pretty cool. I like them. I like how it's not going to weigh down my backpack because I already have to carry a lot, and this will definitely help out on that side. I ended up getting quite a few different kinds of writing utensils this year that I'm trying out. So for the most exciting things that I got were the Tombow dual brush pens. pens. I ended up getting the Orchid color and the Hunter green, and these were just to play around with because I have like typical, writing brush pens where this is more of the art kind of style because it's more flexible. So there is a little bit of a learning curve with these, but I like learning new things. I find these just, like very peaceful. You can really focus on what you're doing with your writing so you can actually feel yourself getting better. And then I just also love these bullet tip things on the ends. I find that these marker tips are a lot stronger than the mild liner marker tips, which is why I'm also a big fan of these. The next thing that I ended up getting was I'm going to be trying out the Pentel Fuda Touch brush pen. Now, I do have one from Tombow right now, but I'm afraid it's almost going to be out of ink soon, so I ended up getting one just for the school year in case I need something extra on hand. So I'm going to be trying this out. And I also ended up getting a whiteboard marker because I have a feeling that if we are even allowed to study in classrooms, that markers and chalk and stuff won't be available, so we'll have to bring our own supplies. And one thing that I loved about this was that it is refillable, so you can order a refill for this and it takes up less packaging, and you don't have to have a bunch of randomly like dried up markers in your drawers, on your desk, wherever. And it just really reinforces the need for eco-friendly items, and I love how more companies are making this an option. This summer for me at least has been a lot of reflecting on what I buy that is single-use plastic and how can I start eliminating that and what can I go to instead. And I found like this was a perfect example of how students can be more environmentally friendly, so I thought these were cool. I also ended up getting a Uni Alpha Gel mechanical pencil. This is in the 0.5 size, and I love the body of this not only because it just looks nice, it's nice and thick, but it also has this really nice gel grip that is great for people who write extremely hard and you want a more comfortable surface when you're writing. Like, I typically write with the Papermate mechanical pencils, but the ridge grip thing always just like imprints on my fingers. It's kind of uncomfortable. I don't feel like the pencil itself is made very well because mine always breaks like throughout like the whole year, and I'm like, this isn't worth it, so I might as well invest in something nice. So I thought that this was a good option, and so far with writing with it, I love it. Like, I have no problem with putting too much pressure or writing extremely hard. Another thing that's great about this is it can lock so your lead doesn't fall out. So you can like unclick it, and to get the pencil lead out, you like shake it, pencil lead comes out. If you don't want that anymore, you can like push it up, and then you can click this in and it locks it in place, so you're not having a bunch of pencil lead randomly scraping up your pencil case or wherever you put your pencils. So I thought this was awesome. And the other thing that I'm trying out is I'm trying out some new pen inks, and I decided to go with the Pentel Energel needle tip 0.5 size. And I just put these in the typical Pilot G2 body, and so far I love these. They do not smear when you put a marker over them, a highlighter, and that was the reason why I was looking into trying some new inks, was because like I love Pilot G2 pens, but every time that I go over to highlight anything in my notes, it totally smears and it ruins my notes and it makes them look all messed up. And so I wanted to go with something that wasn't going to smear, and so far these have been so worth it, and I'm definitely looking forward to be using these throughout the semester. I also, as I was mentioning earlier, I caved and I ended up buying the 15 count of the mild liners. And for anybody who's into adding more color to their life, whether you do a lot of journaling, you want it for your notes, I highly recommend these. I know there's tons of swatch videos out there, so I'm not going to spend time doing swatches, but these are just going to up my highlighting game. They're going to make me more motivated to study, and I just love those little things that companies do to just kind of encourage you to continue working. And so this is definitely one of those things that I'm totally looking forward to. And I also did get a new color that came out, I think was it last year or the summer before, but this color is summer green, and I just fell in love with this. I saw it online and was like, I need that color. So I ended up buying this separately, and I am just so thrilled to use these. I can't mention that enough. My next item is the Lit Hit Lab Smart Fit pencil case, and this is in the size large, and it has a double zipper openings. One of the openings actually opens up kind of like a book, which is awesome because it lays flat, so you can have your writing utensils on this side, post-it notes, markers, anything extra, kind of a little more longer on this side, and it has a little pocket for your eraser, which is phenomenal because my erasers always end up getting stabbed with pencils in the middle of the semester, and that way it just keeps it all protected, keeps it safe, and I just love the overall design. I have not seen a design that incorporates this that's also compact, and that's why I love it. And then the back has a typical opening, can fit a scientific calculator. It has two little pockets for lead, binder clips. I have some flash drives and some lab keys in here. And I just love how it takes up no room and I don't have to carry multiple pencil cases around for stuff. I did end up picking up these scissors, and I'm not going to try to pronounce this because I don't really know Japanese, but they looked pretty cool. They look like they're going to get the job done. I wanted to get some scissors that were more grown-up like, and so I thought that these would be a great fit because my scissors unfortunately broke last year, and I'm looking forward to trying these out. So I'm going to save these until I actually get back to school and see, you know, what's the hype about these dudes. My next thing was trying out the Sakura Arch Foam Eraser. Now, I have read so many reviews on this, and everybody that has experienced this eraser absolutely loves it because it doesn't decapitate itself based on how this arch paper is, you know, made, and that way your eraser just, you know, as it gets smaller and smaller, you can tear off the little pieces of paper, and it can just, you know, maintain your eraser, keep it nice, and you have a longer time with it, which I love because, you know, erasers end up getting all gross, and hopefully this one will not. My final item that I ended up getting was this ruler. Now, I unfortunately lost my ruler last year. I don't know where it went, but when I came back to unpack for the year, I couldn't find it with my desk stuff. So I got this. Now, this one is the Midori Multi-Ruler, and I love how it just extends out to, and it extends to 30 centimeters, so you don't have to have multiple sized rulers on hand. It collapses into basically 6 inches. You can fit it in a pencil case, and this little dial part is a protractor. So if you want to actually like measure out degrees and stuff when you're drawing lines or whatever, like, you can totally do this with this ruler, and I just love the versatility that this has without having to carry a bunch of unnecessary tools that you're maybe only going to be using a couple times during the semester. All right, so as I'm looking at everything, I think I covered it. So that's my little stationery haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. I had fun making it and collecting all this stuff throughout the summer to show you guys. And if you're interested into stuff like this, please subscribe, like, and make sure you follow up my Instagram at The Optimistic Philosopher. There's a lot of cool pictures on there of my bullet journal, of some of my research stuff, and hopefully I'm going to start some motivational philosophy quotes soon to keep up with why my name is Optimistic Philosopher. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good day, and I wish you luck for people starting school soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!